Let's get right into it. Number 9. A bite doesn't always mean venom. Picture this. You're out hiking, minding your own business, probably thinking about what you'll have for dinner, when you step on something squishy and a sudden sharp pain lances up your ankle. You freeze, a cold sweat breaking across your forehead. It's a snake. Immediately, your brain, bless its terrified little heart, launches into full-blown panic mode. But here's a deeply unsettling, yet strangely comforting fact. That snake may have bitten you, but it didn't necessarily inject any venom. This is called a dry bite, and it's way more common than you'd think. In some species, like rattlesnakes, up to 50% of bites on humans are dry. Why? Snakes are basically tiny, coiled-up biological weapons, and venom is expensive. It takes a ton of metabolic energy to produce, so they're not just going to squirt it out at the first lumbering idiot who steps on them. They save it for food, not for a defensive warning shot against something they can't even eat. Your nervous system is screaming at you, venom, decapitation, death! But the snake is just thinking, hey, stop stepping on me. That's a freebie. Next time, I'm sending you a bill. So before you pass out from fear, remember, a bite is just a bite until proven otherwise. Number 8. The suction myth is a death trap. You've seen it 1,000 times in movies. Some heroic idiot gets bit and their equally idiotic sidekick grabs a knife, makes a big dramatic cut over the fang marks and then starts sucking out the venom like they're pulling a smoothie through a straw. Congratulations, you've just learned the single worst thing you could possibly do. It sounds so primal, so intuitive, but it's a brilliant strategy for getting a life-threatening infection. That venom is already in your lymphatic system and bloodstream. Making a big incision just opens up a new highway for bacteria to get in, and your mouth is a literal petri dish of germs. Now you've got 2 problems, the snake venom and a potential case of flesh-eating bacteria. Plus, you're not a medical-grade vacuum cleaner. You are not going to suck the venom out. The venom is a complex protein cocktail that gets absorbed by your body almost immediately. All you're doing is introducing a new infection and making a bad situation significantly worse. The venom is already on its journey, and you just gave it a new carpool buddy. Number 7. Don't use a tourniquet. In a classic panic move, a lot of people will grab a shoelace, a belt, or a piece of cloth and tie it as tight as they can above the bite. The logic is simple, if flawed. If you cut off the blood flow, the venom can't travel, right? Wrong. So wrong. All you're doing is trapping the venom in one spot and creating a brand new problem called tissue death. Snake venom works by breaking down cells. If you cut off the blood supply to the area, that venom has nowhere to go and just starts demolishing everything in its immediate vicinity. You're basically holding the venom in a kill box. Your doctor's goal was to maybe save your leg, but now they have to perform an amputation because you decided to play emergency room surgeon with a belt. The venom is going to get into your system eventually, but if you let your body handle the slow spread, the damage is more manageable. A tourniquet just guarantees a concentrated, localized apocalypse. Number 6. Ice packs and cold compresses are useless. This one feels so right, doesn't it? You get bit, the area swells up, and your first thought is to grab an ice pack. We put ice on everything, from sprained ankles to black eyes. It reduces swelling, it numbs the pain. What's the harm? The harm is that you're doing absolutely nothing to stop the venom, and you might actually be making it worse. Applying ice constricts your blood vessels, which again just traps the venom in the immediate area. It's the same flawed logic as the tourniquet, just with a little less amputation risk. The venom is still doing its thing, and you're just making it harder for your body to move it around and for doctors to assess the damage. Plus, the extreme cold can cause frostbite, which is just adding insult to injury. You've been bit by a venomous snake, and now you have frostbite. Your body is basically just a walking list of bad decisions. The pain might feel a little better for a second, but all you've done is trade one emergency for a potential second one. Number 5. Don't chase the snake. Your brain, in its infinite wisdom, will often tell you to get a good look at the snake that just bit you. What kind of snake was it? Your terrified survival instincts scream, I need to know so the doctors can give me the right anti-venom. So you decide to chase it, or worse, try to capture it. Let's be clear, this is not a good plan. For starters, you've just been bitten. Your heart rate is already through the roof, and you're probably in shock. Running around after a reptile that has just demonstrated it does not want to be near you is a fantastic way to get a second bite, or to pass out from exertion and panic. Secondly, and this is a big one, you do not need the snake. Modern hospitals have a magic little device called a blood test. They can figure out what kind of venom is in your system by analyzing your blood and seeing how it's reacting. They're not going to hold up a picture of a snake and go, "Nope, not a king cobra. Let's try the rattlesnake anti-venom." Just get yourself to the hospital and let the professionals do their job. Chasing a snake for a photo op is how you go from being a patient to a statistic. Number 4. The electric shock myth is, shockingly, a myth. For some reason, a handful of people still think you can use electricity to neutralize snake venom. We're talking car batteries, stun guns, or even grabbing a power line. Please, for the love of all that is good, do not do this. The idea is that the electricity will denature or cook the venom, rendering it harmless. And while it's true that high heat or electricity can break down proteins in a lab, your body is not a lab. All you're going to do is inflict a severe electrical burn on yourself. Not only are you going to get a massive shock, you're also going to cause tissue damage and probably lose consciousness, all while the venom continues to do its job completely unimpeded. You've essentially just added a second, completely unnecessary layer of trauma to your body. Your snakebite problem is still a snakebite problem, but now you're also in the burn unit. It's the ultimate solving a problem by creating two worse ones scenario. Number 3. Don't use a flask of whiskey as medicine. You've just been bitten by a snake. You're in excruciating pain, you're terrified, and your brain is searching for any form of comfort or solution. And hey, you've got a flask of whiskey in your backpack. You've seen it in movies. A shot of liquor is the cure-all for everything from a bullet wound to a snake bite. Let's get one thing straight. Alcohol is not medicine. It's the exact opposite of what you need right now. The flawed, frontier-era logic is that alcohol thins the blood and somehow helps. In reality, alcohol is a vasodilator. That's a fancy word for something that makes your blood vessels expand, increasing blood flow. So instead of thinning the blood, you're just turning your entire circulatory system into a super-speed highway for the venom to travel on. The venom, which was already moving pretty quickly, now has a turbo boost. You're essentially giving the poison a VIP express pass to your heart and other vital organs. Plus, alcohol impairs your judgment, so you're more likely to make more terrible decisions, like deciding a tourniquet is a great idea after all. You might feel a little less pain for a few moments, but you've just traded a manageable emergency for a life-threatening full-body crisis. Number 2. Painkillers are your enemy. The pain is a sharp, burning agony that's making it hard to think. Your first instinct is to reach for the aspirin or ibuprofen you have in your first aid kit. You just want to take the edge off while you wait for help. Stop. Put the bottle down. Do not take any kind of painkiller that thins your blood. This is a crucial life-or-death piece of information. Many venoms, especially from snakes like rattlesnakes, are hemotoxic. This means they are designed to mess with your blood, specifically its ability to clot. Your body is already fighting to keep from bleeding internally, and taking a blood thinner like aspirin or ibuprofen is like handing your enemy a cannon when they were only armed with a slingshot. You will dramatically increase your risk of bleeding uncontrollably, turning a bad situation into a catastrophic one. A doctor needs to see exactly how your body is reacting to the venom. When you take a painkiller, you're not just masking the pain. You're messing with the very systems your doctors will be trying to stabilize. The only thing you can safely take for pain is acetaminophen, and even that should only be taken if absolutely necessary and with the knowledge that it won't help with inflammation, which is the main source of pain in many snake bites. Number 1. Get to the hospital now. So we've talked about what not to do. Don't suck the venom. Don't use a tourniquet. Don't drink whiskey. And for the love of all that is holy, don't use a car battery. All of these myths are born from a frantic, panic-stricken human desire to do something. Your brain, in its terrified state, wants you to be a hero. It wants you to fix the problem yourself, right here, right now, with whatever ridiculous item you have in your pockets. But the cold, but hard, life-saving truth is this. The only thing that will actually save you is anti-venom. And the only place you can get anti-venom is a hospital. This isn't a TV show where the guy who knows a thing or two about plants can whip up a cure. It's real life. And snake venom is a complex, terrifying cocktail of proteins that can only be neutralized by its highly specific, incredibly expensive, and very carefully administered antidote. So the single best, most important, and only truly useful thing you can do is get yourself to professional medical care as fast as humanly possible. Call an ambulance, or have someone drive you. Don't walk, and definitely don't run. Stay as calm as you can. Keep the bitten limb immobilized and below the level of your heart to slow the venom's spread, and let the professionals who spent years training deal with the snakebite, not your half-baked wilderness remedies. The most heroic thing you can do is admit that you need help. That's all for today. I'll be making similar videos in the future. Subscribe to see them.